Hello, my name is Melissa Fu. I'm an Executive Director of Special Projects here at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation. And it is my great pleasure to welcome Marissa Rollins. I know, Melissa and Marissa. Marissa Rollins with PepsiCo Foundation. She is a Senior Manager for Global Social Impact, Collaboration, and Engagement.
Yes.
Welcome, Marissa.
Thank you so much.
So to get us started, I wanted to set the stage. We know that both across the United States and globally, farmers drive our food systems. They're the ones driving solutions and innovation within agricultural communities. And they're also, to create transformation in these systems, farmers really have to be front and center. At the same time, when it comes to farmers, their farms are their livelihood, and also the legacy that they pass on to the next generation, much like we saw in the video. So it is why we are so excited to bring an organization that sees farmers as the solution for driving systemic change and also creating positive impacts in community. So to kick us off, Marissa, can you tell us more about PepsiCo and PepsiCo Foundation's focus on farming and agriculture and why it's such a prominent and priority area for you?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having us. We're very proud to be sponsors of the conference this week. So for PepsiCo, I think most people, when they hear PepsiCo, and we know this from our data, that most people think about soda. They think about Pepsi or Diet Pepsi, or if we're really lucky, even Mountain Dew. But PepsiCo is actually a food and beverage company. And if you tuned into business news today, you would have seen that we relaunched our corporate logo, and it says Food, Beverage, Smiles. So PepsiCo has 500 brands across our global portfolio, and we actually source 50 crops from 60 countries. We have oats, corn, and potatoes, I think some of which were referenced this morning at breakfast. Also apples, bananas, and grapes. Cassava, plantains, and lentils. So we really have a diverse amount and a diverse type of food that crops that come into our food and our portfolio. And so for that, we depend on healthy food systems to do our work and to create our products and to deliver over 1 billion smiles a day. And to have a healthy food system, we have to have and depend on our farmers. So PepsiCo has something called PepsiCo Positive. And again, if you stop by the farm stand in the briefing center, we're really proud to show off not only our products, and I think part of that clip of the video, but also shows our strategic end-to-end transformation through positive agriculture, positive value chain, and positive choices. Sourcing our crops and ingredients in ways that restore the earth and strengthen our communities is key in forefront in our minds.
Amazing. So this actually reminds me of a conversation earlier this morning with Interrupt, where we heard about the importance of food access to community health outcomes. And it's great to hear how this end-to-end transformation approach is enabling some of those conversations. And at the center of it all, as you mentioned earlier, is farmers. So we'd love to hear about how PepsiCo and its efforts towards agriculture is actually supporting farmers.
Absolutely. So we believe we need to invest in farmers, we need to listen to farmers, and we need to elevate their voices and their concerns in the work that we're doing in the spaces that we're in. Our big goal at PepsiCo is to sustainably source over 90% of our key ingredients. And you heard that was 50 different crops from 60 different countries. So we have a really big goal on a global stage. But also what we learned is that we need local and real solutions for these farmers. They know their community best, they know their needs best, and their business best. We have to listen to them and elevate what's best for their farms and partner across the supply chain to do so. We also think about the acceleration that we can provide from PepsiCo, a company our size and a company with our convening power, to the adoption of regenerative agriculture practices for healthier soil, reduced emissions, and improved yields. Honestly, we're here to support and reduce the risk to farmers so that we can enable scale. These regenerative agriculture practices, as you said, right? Like farming is the foundation of any country, of any community, and is one of the oldest practices in the world. And some of those practices sustain and may continue even today, but we know that we have to adapt and change, and those adaptations and changes are risky for farmers, and we want to be a partner in helping them find solutions to reach the goals that we all have together.
Yeah. I was reading your impact report earlier this week, and I saw some pretty big numbers when it came to farmers impacted, communities impacted, which I think is such a great example of the scale and impact that you can drive by investing in partnerships and also in empowering communities, which I know is pretty core to our mission at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce Foundation. Would love to hear how it plays out with the PepsiCo Foundation and your philanthropic initiatives.
Absolutely. So talking about big numbers, we've impacted 185,000 livelihoods since 2021 in the farming communities. And in 2024, we worked with 20,000 farmers and 3.5 million acres, thinking about regenerative agriculture, improving soil health. Our big goal in that area is also 250,000 people in the agricultural supply chain. And through the foundation, we think about how can we reach those people in real ways. I talked about this idea of adaptation and regenerative agriculture and reducing the risk. Well, we have 55 demonstration farms across the globe where we invite farmers and we work with farmers to learn these new practices. And because we have 55 across the globe, those are local solutions, right? We're not talking to potato farmers in Thailand with solutions that work for the farmers here in the US. So we're really proud of that. We also have recently created the Step Up for Agriculture in partnership with Unilever and other retailers to strengthen the capacity of farm-facing organizations and through a train-the-trainer model. Our goal through that is to upskill 60 agronomists over the next 5 years on soil health. So again, thinking about where can we have the right impact, where's the right information going to the farmers and the farmers' communities to not only to improve their business and to help us with ours. Another example would be in India. Again, we're a global company. In India, we have a pilot program where we work on water stress at a broader watershed level. So in 2024, we worked with 1,500 farmers, and through that, we were able to work and to treat over 80 million liters of groundwater through, in part, wetlands, ponds, and other ways that treat and stores rainfall runoff that helps with irrigation. So we're thinking about not only just on soil, but on inputs, on water, like how can PepsiCo be a really positive impact to our supply chain?
That's amazing. So I heard you mention research, education, training. There's like investments, capital investments,
Absolutely.
resource investments. I know another topic that we're really obsessed with at the Chamber Foundation is innovation.
Mm-hmm.
Would love to hear about how you've used innovation as a way to support and empower farming communities.
Sure. So one thing that our president of our foundation, C.D. Glenn, talks about a lot is investing our time, talent, and treasure. And that's something that we think about for talent is certainly expertise. PepsiCo is a company that has to be on the forefront of innovation. Like I said, we deliver 1 billion smiles a day. That means that our products are enjoyed over 1 billion times globally every day. So to make that happen, we have to have innovation. Some of the innovations that we've thought about is certainly, and I'm thinking back to some of the earlier conversations on the stage, is the use and incorporation of AI. So we have AI tools for digital farm management and ways to use the data that's coming from the farmers to have, again, looking at scale and ways that we can impact and help the farmers have better yields over time. Through some of our programs, we have over 1 million data inputs from 1,000 farms that then help us understand and help the farmers understand the best ways to use fertilizer, better irrigation techniques, and even, unfortunately, we're talking about weather, thinking about weather patterns and how that would affect the farming. Also, we have something called AgroScout, which I think if you go to the PepsiCo Foundation website, we have a lot of videos that I get excited about. Sometimes I just watch them on breaks during the day. But through AgroScout, we're working with farmers in Latin America, South Africa, and Thailand on crop health and identification. So there's a combination of AI tools as well as other technology like drones to see what the crops are looking like and the health of the crops and identify problems early on so that farmers are able, again, to have a really strong yield and be able to really have just improved livelihoods so that they have the right amount of product going to market.
Okay, I love this. And I think you've done a great job of highlighting. It's this idea of like on the business side, you're doing all these different things. On the foundation and philanthropic side, there's all these efforts. And how can they kind of work in tandem as part of your larger like sustainability goals? So that's really exciting to hear.
Absolutely. I think I have a couple of colleagues in the audience, but you know, in preparing to be here today, we have the foundation who's me, and then we have a member of our sustainability office. We have a member of our policy team who works on agriculture policy, and then also our government relations team. Like we're always thinking about what's best and how can we best engage our communities communities at large to really impact the livelihoods of where we work and where we serve.
That's amazing. Well, last question for you.
Absolutely.
For our audience today,
Yes.
including your colleagues,
Yes.
do you have any advice for business leaders, policymakers who want to make a difference in agriculture?
Absolutely. I would say, again, think about the invest, engage, and elevate those voices of the farmers, really get to know the community and get to know the farming, not only the farmers, but the farmers' communities, their families as well. Like, I love Little Farmer because, yes, those are actors, but they represent real family farms and real family farmers around our country. And then it's something that PepsiCo recently did was we had the first ever Farmer Awards and conference. We invited over 60 farmers and advisors from 19 countries to our headquarters in our headquarters in Purchase, New York, where we celebrated their achievements in innovation, achievements in youth engagement in farming, and other things. So that's another way for businesses to actually elevate and celebrate the work that the backbone of our food system are doing every day.
Well, we love awards as well. Well, thank you all for joining us. And Marissa, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Melissa. My cup.